It's a Spotify podcast. Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the show. Is that if you do like the video, please subscribe and like it. It really would help us. We're in infancy stages, and thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the show.
You pushed me down, thought I'd stay on the ground, counting me.
All right, Steve-O.
Welcome to the show.
Man? All right, just like I told you just a minute ago, yeah, I'm loud as fuck, so I'm trying not to get in your microphone. Maybe this is, I don't know.
Let's see how it works out.
What's going on, bro?
Oh, another beautiful day in Austin.
Yeah, it is. Everything's turning up. I did want to mention this real quick. I was just telling you, we're getting about 850 views a day, which is kind of cool considering we've only been on I think today is day 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So, and YouTube just did some analysis on our channel, and basically they're letting me upload more videos now. So I've been maxing out, so I just got approved to upload more videos. So they are doing some kind of analysis on them because I can't, because I'm saying I was cussing a lot. I'm trying not to, but it is what it is. But
actually, the sign of a creative mind and intelligence, the more you swear.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit. Well,
steady say.
Well, I had an analysis done yesterday with a counselor with this new program that I'm having to go into, and they basically told me that I was trying not to cuss. I told her right from the beginning. I said, to be honest with you, as much trauma as I've had in my life lately, I say a lot of cuss words, and I'm trying not to say a lot of cuss words because I was like, when I'm reviewing these videos, I'm like sitting there going, I mean, they literally, because of the amount of cuss words, that AI on YouTube is automatically there's not even a category for 18 plus, right? You can't select the 18 plus. You can select, is it suitable for children? Yes or no?
Yeah.
No. I always select no, and then it says something about AI. I always add AI. I always add all this stuff. But that damn thing, no, we have to do an analysis on your video to make sure that it's not 18 plus. I'm like, all right. Well, I'm trying not to cuss as much anymore. And I think it's the subjects, too. I think it's looking at, because I upload transcripts and all that kind of stuff to it. And but how have you been, man?
I've been good.
Good.
Not the Memorial Day I planned. Me and my wife had planned to go have a nice little lunch.
Yeah. What happened?
She got in the shower first. I got in the shower second, and when I went to turn off the shower, the handle came off of my damn hand.
Oh no!
So I just
couldn't turn the water off.
I couldn't get it dialed in to turn off. So I mean, when it came off, I guess it damaged one of the O-rings in the chamber.
Oh shit! Is it a one-handle turn?
Yeah,
thing?
So it's one of those one handles with the mixing chamber.
God. So they're gonna have to. Is there a wall behind it that they can cut out?
No.
Oh shit!
No, I mean it's up in there. So we were able to get it fixed, but
you mean you've already got it fixed?
Oh yeah, no, we got it. This is one thing. I mean, had it been the house we are remodeling, it's not a big deal. I would have pulled the plate off,
sure,
shut the little valves off,
sure. But
it's a house we're leasing that we're in temporary,
right?
So I can't do any of that. So I had to go out and dig out the off and turn the water off to the house. But they did get we got a great landlord. They don't own a lot of properties, so.
Wow. So
he had someone,
came right over.
He had and we had the maintenance guy replace it about 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
But he went with some generic, cheapest possible route, and it lasted all of 6 weeks.
Oh,
so,
well, it should be under warranty.
Yeah. No. So anyway, we shout out to Roto-Rooter. They came out on a holiday. I'm sure can only
Is
imagine.
today a holiday?
This happened on Monday.
Oh, okay.
On Memorial
Okay.
Day.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah. You know what? It was funny when I was a landlord. I was always writing in my contracts in that one section of the box, no repairs on holidays, because they charge you 2 to 3 times as much.
Yeah.
And it's always around Christmas. It's always around Thanksgiving. And it's interesting because normally in the summertime, unless it was something fluke like that something would
Yeah.
happen. But it always happens on a holiday when they charge you 3 times as much.
well, and I gave him the option. I was like, look, I can pull that front plate off. It's not. I mean, it's 2 screws. It's just going to have to be
Right.
recocked when we put it back on. And then I can get to those valves and I can shut it off just to the shower. And you can have someone come out tomorrow, but he wouldn't let me do nothing.
Really?
So I was like, okay, well, you pay 3x holiday rate. That's not my problem.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I can't be without water in the house. And
No kidding. Yeah.
so,
Well, I'm glad you got it fixed.
yeah, I got it fixed, but it's, a lot of hurry up and wait.
You have a lot of issues happening lately.
It seems that way. My
But that's how life goes, right?
Yeah, it does. So my sister-in-law, we talked to her today, and she's moving up my mother-in-law's sister.
Uh-huh.
She's been having some health issues, and unfortunately, she's been, my opinion, she's been taken advantage of by this so-called. Well, she was letting him
Who's
help.
he, real quick?
I'm not going to say his name.
Oh, no, but just what
So,
did he do?
so he met her through the church,
Okay.
and was
Are they
supposed
dating?
No, he's he's probably in his 40s,
Okay.
but he was helping her,
Okay.
and got the Medicare will pay for. You can contract a caregiver.
Okay, so he's a caregiver.
So he did that. He signed up as a caregiver for $600, and then was charging her another $300 for spiritual guidance.
What the
So
fuck?
$900 a month.
Oh, my God.
Out the door, and he was doing just.
Now, is she
shady.
elderly? Is she?
Yeah, she's 70.
Okay.
She's 72.
Okay.
73.
All right.
So she had a bout of vertigo. And,
Oh, no, that
and-
sucks.
Yeah. And he convinced her that she just needed to reset her brain. So he had her just drinking coffee with butter in it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, for like 3 days. She didn't eat anything. It was.
That is not good for your insides.
No, it's not good for your insides. It's not good for someone of her age. So fortunately, she would only tell each of the nieces and nephews bits and pieces. She didn't have a family of her own. And we finally got together and figured out what was going on. So we're bringing her up today for at least 90 days. Get her HMO moved up here, get her into doctors that we are more familiar with, that have a little bit better reputation.
Are you going to have her living with you too?
So she will probably, hopefully not.
Okay.
Hopefully she'll be at my sister-in-law's. The reality is she came to visit us, and just the layout of the house, we only have the 1 bedroom downstairs, and that's where my mother-in-law is. So,
Right.
When she stayed to visit with us, she ended up staying on the couch, which, that's
Yeah,
no
that's
good.
not good.
So we just don't have the physical space. The remodel is
Still going.
still going.
Anything with the lawsuit?
It's still pending. Everything's filed, but we haven't had the first court date yet, which they're not going to show up for. We're going to get a summary judgment
Yeah.
and just be in line for money. But it, if they try and, if they ever do try and sell a house or do anything like that.
They have any assets?
They only protected assets, so stuff we can't go over, get a judgment against unless they try and sell or move.
Gotcha.
So
Man, that's a lot, bro.
yeah. So anyway, so we'll have another family member here in the area, and
That's good.
it'll be good. This weekend was going to be the weekend we take my mother-in-law up to stay with her other daughter anyway, so she'll get to spend the weekend with her sister, and they'll get to catch up, and then next week we'll kick off kind of getting her on a better care plan, and then figure out what we're going to do long term.
Good deal. Good deal.
Was a productive week, not the week we had planned
Initially anticipated, huh?
but it was productive, and I'm super thankful that we found out enough and that we're getting her away from a bad situation.
Right. Anything else going on?
Tuesday, Election Day, exciting day here in Texas.
Has the results come in?
Oh yeah. So
You can see how out of touch I am.
so the big one is the Senate runoff. So John Cornyn, the incumbent, got waxed by Paxton.
Paxton.
Yeah, biggest defeat since World War II for
Really?
incumbent. Yeah, 29%. He lost by
but
like
Trump
29%.
did endorse Paxton.
Yeah, Trump endorsed Paxton.
But that's good for the Republicans. That's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah, the Democrats have been salivating. This was their only scenario. They didn't. The Democratic candidate Tellerico didn't have a path to win against Corwin because of the money, the war chest. Paxton doesn't have near the money, but it's going to be a crazy race.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's going to be that close. The last time we had this was Beto and Cruz, and that ended up being 3 points. It will be probably similar to that, 3-4 points. But right now, every organization, every polling, everything says that it will be the most expensive race in U.S. history for Senate.
Wow, that's incredible.
They're going to dump more money in than just happened last year in Georgia. They're projecting near $1 billion for a senator.
That's a lot of money.
So, you're not going to be able to turn on the TV, the phone, turn on the radio without getting blasted by
most people don't
some kind of ad.
Unless they're hitting YouTube, or they're not going to catch the younger generation. So I'm sure that like Trump's got a friggin'
oh yeah, no, they're on
24/7 on YouTube.
Yeah, no, I mean they're on X, TikTok, everything.
That's why it costs so much money now. There's so many platforms.
Yeah, and you've got to spend, but he's already trying to walk back some of his craziness. My point of view from
are you talking about Trump?
No, Tellerico.
Oh, Tellerico. Now tell me what his craziness is.
Well, we'll start with this, and this is still current. He's not walking away from this. He's made his campaign a vegan campaign.
Campaign?
Yeah. So
in Texas.
In Texas. So.
Austin, it'll work.
Yeah.
In Texas, I don't think it'll work in Texas. Hell, they outlawed fucking artificial beef, so I don't think that,
So, yeah, his last campaign event, he announced it, and he said, no, because meat is contributing to climate change, and we've got to take a stand.
That's such horseshit.
That none of his campaign events, all the food at all his campaign events going forward are going to be.
I love
vegan.
Vegetables. I love it, but I'm not going to do without meat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I can kind of understand vegan's that next step. And when you get into,
There's so many things that affect climate change, and climate change has been going. I mean, how the hell do you think we got an ice age?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just a natural cycle that it's going to melt. It's been melting for thousands of years,
Yeah,
and we've gone through multiple ones. So, I mean, it's like, this is what happens.
yeah,
So,
no, and it is kind of, we talked about it in a previous one a little bit. I can't think of the name of the cycle, but it's to your point, it's a natural cycle where
Sure.
the Earth doesn't do. First, it's not a perfect sphere around the sun.
Right.
It's an ellipse.
it's oblong.
It changes, but also the rotation of the Earth on its axis
Yeah,
that wobbles too.
it wobbles.
So
yeah.
when you get that combination of that wobble and
Right.
and it's a little counterintuitive. It's actually when you're on the narrow side of the
It gets hot.
the ellipse when we have when it cools down, when we get more ice, when it
In theory, yeah. So they've said, that, because I follow a lot of this stuff, that, it's been caused by asteroids. It's been caused by, I mean, there's different things that cause the climate change, massive climate changes.
Yeah, the ice ages. You got the asteroid impacts, which basically
Sure.
equivalent to what we would call a nuclear winter, where you just have so much debris and everything.
Right.
You're reflecting more out than you're taking in. But there is a natural cycle, and we know it. We've taken cores.
Sure.
We can see it. It's repeatable. The interesting thing is that we are just coming out of what should have been the next ice age.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
But because of the
Right.
greenhouse gases, we actually averted our own ice age. But that starts the uptick on that next heating cycle, and
Sure.
with the greenhouse, we're going to see.
We're already seeing
we're
waters
se-
rise,
yeah.
and
more heat.
more heat. We're seeing the ice caps in the north and the south poles are melting, and
Well, actually, this year was the first time in 28 years that the ice fields in Antarctica and in the North Pole actually expanded.
really,
Yeah, it wasn't.
That's
It wasn't a
interesting.
big. It was like a 1%, 1 to 2%. But this is after 28 years of recession. So
right.
that was
That's cool.
that
That's
is
cool.
kind of cool. No one knows why.
Wow.
I like those whys.
Yeah, no kidding. No
Uh,
kidding.
but yeah, so the vegan stuff, like I said, here nor there. I think if you're an adult, you make your own decisions. I do get concerned when you see, 6 and 7-year-olds being forced
Vegan.
into vegan.
It's up to their parents, and whatever the parents are is normally what the kids are going to be until they rebel when they're 12, 13, 14 years old, and then they'll go complete fucking opposite, and then they'll probably go back to whatever their parents were teaching them at some point. So,
Yeah,
it is what it is, but
Yeah, but the damage has been done. I mean,
well, that's true.
There's no.
But you can't.
Again, you
You
can't
know.
mandate parenting, but the reality is you can't, especially at that age in growth, you can't get enough protein from plant-based proteins to
Right.
hit your peak growth cycles, to hit your
Right.
peak weights, and those have long-term effects.
Well,
So
people on the east and west coast may become pygmies again.
there you go. I mean, and you say that, but it's in a 20-year period in China, once they got people moving out of the country into the cities, and they had food security, the average height increased by almost 4 inches. And that's
I mean,
all
it's
based,
definitely diet-based,
Yeah, it was
right?
all it was all
Everything's-
nutrition based.
Yeah, it's all nutrition based.
You know,
So-
you feed the body what it needs when it's growing, and
Right.
it grows just like
Right.
any other organism. It's not.
Right.
It's again not rocket science. Speaking of rocket science, did you see what?
Elon?
No.
SpaceX?
This is the other one, Bezos.
Bezos is getting into
Yeah, they have
space?
they have another. Well, they blew up. Their rocket blew up on the launch pad yesterday.
Yeah, but you
during the
know,
test.
I mean, hell, Elon's rockets were blowing up constantly. It's
Oh,
not,
yeah,
I mean,
no.
it is. Rocket science is not easy.
No, that's why.
Yeah, I mean, it took us forever. The Germans beat us in the rocket technology, you know, in the beginning. We couldn't even fucking figure it out. So, you know, until we imported all those Germans over here in NASA to tell us how rockets went, I mean, that's after World War II.
No, it was. If you haven't seen the video, it's an impressive video. Thankfully, this was a test cycle.
And
There-
what's he racing to do in space?
He just wants. Right now, it looks like he just wants to launch his own satellites. So
Satellites?
not pay for additional satellites.
I mean, how many fucking satellites do we need?
I mean, Elon's
I know Elon's
said
put a
it
million of
said
them
a
up there.
million.
Yeah. I
Bezos,
mean, that's a shit ton of satellites.
that's a shit ton of satellites, and he wants to put them further out, which is probably a good thing because we've got a lot of crowding.
Talking about satellites, I was reading a report about Japan. They can now, so what they do up there is they unfold on these satellites, they unfold all these panels. And they can actually transmit, and since there's no atmosphere, they can transmit, they get obviously more radiation and more everything from the sun. So the reason why they can power all those satellites is because there's no interference, right? Other than another planet or something like that, the moon or whatever. But when they're getting direct energy from that sun, they can actually, Japan has figured out a way to transmit that energy, any excess energy, back to the Earth.
Yeah,
They're actually transmitting energy from the satellite, and they can do it in reverse.
Yeah.
If that damn thing needs energy, like it starts getting low, they can power it back up again. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, and I mean, you go back to, Tesla supposedly cracked the energy transfer over wireless.
Oh, for up there? Yeah, I
No.
heard they're making a mesh
Yeah.
between each satellite now.
Well, I mean, he was trying to build like an Earth-based, like you would have a centralized antennas that would send out power just over the atmosphere.
Well, that's what Tesla was doing.
Yeah, that's what Tesla was
I
doing.
mean,
That's what
Nikola Tesla was doing.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, Nikola Tesla. His
Oh,
experience.
okay. Yeah, he had already transmitted. I mean, you can take a Tesla coil, stick a rod in the ground, and hold up a what are those fluorescent lights? You can hold that damn thing in your hand, and about 12, 24 feet away from a fucking Tesla coil, it'll automatically light up. I mean, with the energy that's in the air. That's the basis of a Tesla coil. They've already done these experiments. I mean, you can see it everywhere. Mythbusters, I think, at one point had it. But, it's incredible. So are they actually thinking... So the reason why they got on Tesla's ass, Nikola Tesla, is because there's no way to regulate it and no way to charge people for the energy being used. Because at the head end, where the person's using the energy, there's no way to monitor that. It's out in the air. It's in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely big corporations that didn't want to see him succeed, and then additionally you had Edison, the personal rivalry where he was just
Edison hated his ass.
was
I mean, completely hated him, especially when he blew him out of the water with AC versus DC. I mean, well, he worked for Edison. He came over here. I can't remember what country Tesla was from. He came over here. He worked for Edison, and then he came up with AC. He came up with electric motors. He actually came up with solar panels. He came up with a lot of, Westinghouse ended up buying all of his, they were sponsoring him basically. And what's sad is that he invented all this shit, and then he was broke by the time he died, because he died in that hotel, you know?
Yeah, he was.
And then the FBI came in. Trump's grandfather, who was the head of the FBI at that time, came in, and they got all of his fucking documents. Boy, they confiscated all of his shit. So.
Yeah, everything disappeared.
Yep, everything disappeared. And that's funny how everything's coming back. So, yeah, he was the first person to get transmissions from space. So, that's kind of what I think their main problem with him is that he had technologies that far exceeded anything in that era of time. Well, he drove that car. So he was transmitting electricity. He drove a fucking car without fuel for 2 weeks. I know a lot about Tesla. I've studied Tesla immensely through the years.
Yeah, he's got, and to your point, he had a wide range of expertise and experimentation, and it all tied into him, but most people couldn't make the connections. I mean,
well, they couldn't figure out, he was so far out that, just like Einstein,
yeah,
they were just so fucking far out that that's why, they put them together on the Philadelphia experiment, right?
Yeah.
So and it's true now. I think people have come out and said that it's true now. But anyway, yeah, they mixed those two, and they were trying to make that fucking ship disappear. But that was interesting. I mean, the stories of them transporting people into the fucking future and all kinds of shit. So people being molded in the side of the fucing ship.
Yeah,
and
when it came back, it was.
Yeah, and they fried the fuck out of all those. On the front of that fucking ship, they had put a bunch of animals in cages, and I mean, it was messed up. that
Couldn't you do it today?
No. They messed up on that one.
Yeah,
so.
It would. Yeah, it was. It was definitely pushing the edge of what we would consider ethical by today's standards. But
yeah. Today
you got to experiment.
Come back from that.
No.
Oh.
No, you wouldn't. And
I've been talking about crazy shit. I've been watching that Unexplained on TV, and it goes through different things. And right now they're talking about sea monster. The episode I'm on is talking about sea monsters, and the Loch Ness Monster, there was a dinosaur that supposedly died 30,000 years ago, and it looks just like that damn thing. I can't pull up Pliosaurus or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks just like this thing. And so anyway, I think because they compared it to multiple lakes, and it's the same damn thing in multiple lakes. I think that Pliosaurus became a freshwater animal and is probably just swimming around out there. In Japan, the fishermen brought one up. It was all nasty looking. I mean, it had been dead for a while, but it was still intact. And so I think those animals still exist. I don't know. I mean, there's too many sightings. When there's too many sightings on one fucking thing, it's like, it's got to be, and then they've got actual photographs of that experts are sitting there saying, yeah, that's, it hadn't been altered. So,
yeah,
I don't know. I think there's a lot of unexplained stuff out there that we just haven't explained. The ocean and water is it's funny, we know more about the damn space than we know about our own freaking oceans.
Yeah, deep sea. The rules change once you get down to where the sun can't hit.
Yeah, like the Magathon or whatever, the 100-foot shark that supposedly died a long time ago. This one, another thing they were talking about. A bunch of different fishermen have said that they've seen, and they're always on the water, and they're like, it's not a whale. Like, this thing that they're seeing is not a whale. Now, that one whale fish or whatever, that damn thing does look like a shark, but I mean from the water. So I don't know if that was it, but there's a lot of sightings on that too. And is it a mastodon? I can't remember the name of it anyway.
Well, mastodons was like a woolly mammoth.
Oh, okay. No, whatever the big ass shark.
Megalodon.
Megalodon. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it had a freaking mouth that you could walk through.
Yeah, the ones that we know about, like the colossal squid and the giant squid,
right?
Oarfish. We know these things when they get sick and come up to the surface, but
otherwise,
we've never seen them in their natural habitat.
No,
we can't get down. But
during World War II, a U-1 boat was taken down by something that grabbed it. Now you know how damn long a U-1 boat is.
Yeah,
I mean a sub.
Well, look.
I mean, this was a sub.
Yeah.
When they got rescued by the British, the captain was like, something grabbed us and took us down. That's what wrecked the fucking boat. I mean, there's stuff down there. We do not know what the hell is in the ocean. Yeah. And if you think about it, even during an ice age, and I was thinking about this, the reason why a lot of like the saltwater crocs and a lot of the water animals, I believe, would have existed for a long period of time is they were under the water. They could still eat. They could still, I mean, it was cold as fuck and maybe they didn't move as much, but technically they wouldn't be affected like land animals.
Yeah, no, and you talk about just those squid, the lion's head.
And they can take extreme temperatures.
Yeah, no, I mean there's the Greenland shark. It's got a lifespan of 300 plus years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
damn,
these squid and that shark, their blood is blue. It's copper based because it deals with oxygen better.
I know octopus have purple blood, or blue blood, or whatever.
Yeah, but they're saying like that giant squid, it only uses 45 calories a day.
Really?
Yeah, it's
that efficient.
Yeah, it's that efficient because
Damn.
it's so cold. I mean, the water down where they live is 29 and 30 degrees. It's below freshwater freezing point,
right?
Not saltwater freezing point,
right?
So it slows down their metabolism, and they've evolved over these centuries. But yeah, their metabolism is slowed, which gives them really long lifespans. And unlike the jellyfish that reproduce and can live, infinitely.
Well, there's one that can live infinitely. Yeah, it just at the end of its cycle, it turns back into somehow it recreates itself and turns back into a minor again or something. Yeah, it lives forever. And they're studying that now to see if they can do something genetically with us to make us live longer. But
yeah, we'll figure it out. That rocket that blew up. And
we're back on the rocket. All right, Amazon rocket.
The Amazon rocket. I want to do a little more research because the satellite they named it a creeper.
Creeper?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but to me that's a terrible. It's a terrible name for a fucking satellite. That's going to be yeah.
I mean, does it creep in on us or does it creep in on other satellites?
Well, Amazon is spent a lot of money on
I'm trying
data.
to figure out what Amazon is going to use satellites for. I mean, you can't deliver food and products in space unless that's what they're working on now, just in case we
they can shift
habitat the moon or something.
They can shift. They can shift some of the space that they're buying. So Walmart we had satellite. We're the first retail. Walmart was the first retail company to put satellites up and we used it for telecommunications, store to
Right.
store.
Yeah, a lot of companies use it for backup communications and stuff.
Well, we were using it for primary, so we wouldn't, phone lines, all that kind of stuff. But
What about the latency,
in the-
though? There's latency with satellites. So,
on a voice call, and as low as they are, it's really not
not that bad.
No, I mean it's better than a long range walkie talkie or ham radio.
Wow.
So, and you can adjust for it. You can boost the signals during it, but we use it a lot for logistics. So tracking where cars and trucks are, and
Gotcha.
that was one of the neat. I'll tell a Walmart story. So when the Event Horizon blew up in the Gulf,
Okay.
back in, and they had the big oil spill.
Right.
President of Walmart, he's telling the story. He's like, I'm on the treadmill. I get a call. It's the White House, and
Oh,
they
shit.
go, is there anything you can do to help, not just food?
That wasn't Obama's administration, was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh, okay. I ended up on the White House website because I put something in because they had a contest going at that time. That's the one that was spewing out. It had broken
Yeah.
down at the base, and it was spewing out. And they asked the public, "Hey, can you come up with some kind of fucking idea?" And I put one out there. Obviously, it wasn't the. They ended up blowing it up, and that's what stopped it. But anyway, go ahead.
So the one of the problems was, it was all hands on deck. So
Right.
little fishing.
Yeah, they could not
fishing
stop
boat.
that damn thing, and it was shooting out astronomical amounts of oil.
What they asked is, do you have anything to help with tracking the boats? It's like, yeah, we do. So two of our engineer and technical folks
Got out there.
loaded up the equipment, went out, met with the Air Force. They put the receiving unit on blimps that would stay stationary over the Gulf, and then attached our logistics tracking devices to the boats, so they could see all the all the
that's
boats.
cool.
So they could coordinate cleanup and nets and buoys.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
But
yeah, they
no
ended
one
up-
knows that stuff.
Huh?
No one,
No,
But
no. I remember I kept watching it. Like at that time, my name was popping up on that damn site, and I kept watching it to see if I won, And what it was, they ended up drilling down. So it was shooting up. It was broken off at the surface of the bottom of the ocean, right? And so it was shooting up oil at the bottom of the ocean. And so what they did was they ended up drilling at an angle to relieve the pressure. Then they could cap it over here. They left it open. They ended up blowing this to where it was sealed, and then they could reroute the oil that way is how they ended up fixing it. But I came up with this. Basically, it was like a steel balls that they would put down into the hole, and it would clog it up, and then they could cap it at that point. But that, obviously wasn't the solution that they were wanting. So,
yeah,
but that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. That, yeah, and now that kind of technology is everywhere, right? I mean, every fucking thing in the world has satellite receivers on it. I mean,
Yeah.
you can track our phones. You can track anything now with GPS.
yeah. But to your point, I'm curious what all Bezos wants to do. I mean,
Well, I do know that right now, one of the big things with satellites and space is mining. So there's a lot of minerals right now on meteorites, and there's a lot of companies. One company just got $1 billion contract to mine these I don't know, unearthed metals or something like stuff that's not on Earth or is very rare earth metals.
Yeah.
That are there's an asteroid belt that our planet goes through, and on those meteorites there is all these minerals. And so basically what they would do is they would shoot a team up there. They'd build a base on a fucking meteorite. They'd start mining all that, and somehow I don't know. I didn't see how they got it back to Earth, but they'd end up bringing that either back to Earth, or they're also talking about now starting to put things on the moon. So we're going to be going back to the moon and putting stuff on the moon, and then because communication between I think it's I can't remember. I'm shitty with numbers. I keep saying this. It's like 100,000 miles or something like that. I can't remember how far the moon is. It's not that far in comparison to other planets. And we can send communications via laser pretty regularly and rapidly. So what they're planning on doing is putting bases up there, and the moon's got a lot of hydrogen on it and helium. So that's one of the elements of the Earth that is not readily available, or we're depleting pretty quickly. So they're wanting to mine a lot of this stuff and then bring it back to the Earth and go from there. So he probably is trying to get in that race of minerals.
Yeah.
Mineral rights. He may be wanting to, because it's going to be the guys that have the rockets that can get to those planets. And if he's trying to stay in this race of being the leading person to deliver products, he may be wanting to deliver products to the moon. Because, I mean, those meteorites and the moon, I'm sure that however far away, whatever the closest spot is to dump that stuff is going to be where they dump it, and then they'll transport it back and forth, or it may come straight to the Earth. I don't know, but I know that is what people are working on right this minute. Elon's working on, communication systems, and yeah, I mean, space race, it's on. I mean, it's really on now. So
yeah, for sure. But I mean, one of the things that Amazon got out of buying iRobot. So they bought iRobot, which does all the Roombas. When you sign those TOSs and their applications, those robots are actually maps the space. So they're holding that in a database. So everyone that's using a Roomba, their house blueprints are being held by Amazon.
Oh, okay.
So
that makes sense. Well, I mean, that makes complete sense.
And I mean, I put my retail cap on. It's like, okay, well, if I know what space you live in,
and I know where all your appliances, I know where everything is.
I know where everything is, but I also know that, these couches aren't going to fit in your space, or these things, so it can be pumped into personalization.
That is smart. So you're talking about getting products specifically for that person and be able to advertise, hey, this is going to fit in your living room just perfect.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we just rendered an image of your living room right here. I mean, obviously they won't have the artwork and shit like that, but they'll have the layout of what,
Well, and they launched that a few years ago. Will it fit? And you point your camera at it, and it takes the physical dimensions and shows you what it will look like against that wall.
Oh, wow, that's cool. And then they're keeping those pictures.
Well, of course they are. That's the thing that people don't think about. Is,
right. The back end.
The back end. They're holding all this information.
Sure.
And they're getting a view of VCRs and TVs and other furniture and
right. And hey, replace that VCR in the living room for this.
Exactly. And again, it starts popping up in your social feeds. It starts popping up in your recommendations.
Right.
And people are like, I think my phone's listening to me, because I was just talking about that. It's like, yeah, your phone's listening to you.
Your phone's listening 24/7. They know everything about you.
But there's a lot of stuff that we do that it just seems like a convenience to us. And like I'll say it again, if you use something and it's free, you are the product.
That's right. That's right.
Someone is subsidizing that technology, that application, so it can gather information about you, so you can be sold.
Right.
Or sold to.
I want to replace paranoia, because I'm not really paranoid, but I'm hypersensitive about security now. And one of the things I did was when I got out and I learned about all this stuff that's been going on, I ended up putting a firewall on my phone. And I was removing a lot of apps. I've been using Android products. I also use Apple products too. I used to. And Apple's, by the way, very secure, guys. They don't even like the fucking government. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, they're not letting anybody in, from what I've researched. But when I was going through my Android phone, Facebook, the actual app is on, talking about, listening and all this kind of stuff. That app is embedded into the operating system of that fucking phone. I had to block the ports. I had to block everything about fucking Facebook to get it to stop doing what it does. But you can't get rid of Facebook. It's like it comes with the fucking phone. It's embedded in the operating system of Android. They have that. And so anyway, I don't know. I mean, take it for what it's worth. Some people are like, what the fuck? Who cares about security, But you don't care until you're a target. And then once you're a fucking target, then it's too fucking late. So, that's the reason why when I became a fucking target is whenever I started getting really concerned about security.
Yeah.
And now that I know what I know, yeah, I'm that crazy motherfucker that puts tape on his fucking cameras. So,
it all started going downhill when
Snowden.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was kind of
that's when it went downhill.
But from a cell phone standpoint, when you could no longer take the battery out yourself.
Oh yeah.
So when your battery says 0, it's not 0.
They can shut it back on. They can do all kinds of stuff now.
Zombie pinging.
Yeah.
So
you put that PCAP, I think is the name of the program that I use, and you don't even have to root your phone in order to use it. It is a damn good product. I've tested it. I've been doing ping tests on it. You can't get in or out, but when you first install that damn thing on there and you don't have the rules on and you're running a scan on your phone, I mean, you ought to see all the shit that's going in and out of that phone constantly. I shut it all off. It still worked. I shut it all off and then slowly, I locked everything down and then I slowly unlocked stuff as I need it.
Yeah.
And then I can turn the sumbitch back off again. But yeah, it's crazy what all companies now. Whenever I got here, I was trying to get into the router to look at the ports. That was so I could manipulate the ports on the router. I can't get in the fucking router now.
Yeah,
like we're using Time Warner. Yeah, you can't even get in the damn router to manipulate the ports anymore, or at least I can't. I mean, I don't know. I guess they can on the head end, but so I put an internal firewall up. So anyway, it's interesting. It's interesting, but I mean, convenience is the other thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people will sacrifice security for convenience and ease of use. Because that's what you got to sacrifice if you want security. And nobody's wanting to do that. I mean, people are so used to picking up their phone. Now with facial recognition, that's kind of cool. Other than the fact that when they take you to jail, they're sitting there scanning your fucking eyes with the thing. But
yeah.
I don't think it's right, but whatever. So, what else is going on, Steve-O? All right, we've gone. This fucking rabbit hole went in all different kinds of directions. What's your take on Amazon?
I mean...
What do you think? I mean, do you think they're wanting to transport goods? Do you think they're wanting to just put up satellites? What do you think?
I mean, I think they're looking for their next income stream. I mean, the reality is they make more money off AWS than selling products.
Yeah.
I mean, they subsidize the delivery and building out their networks, etc., through alternate revenue streams, and that's
No, it's a huge revenue stream too. I mean, they were one of the biggest, first and biggest public. What do you call that? Cloud-based networking systems.
yeah,
Basically, I've used them. I mean, it's incredible. You can dial up, dial down. I mean, you can set an automatic dial up, dial down. I mean, they have a very sophisticated system, and it's nice.
yeah,
Expensive.
well,
It can be expensive.
can be expensive,
Yeah.
but you know,
but-
you look at it, and to your point, I mean, they're competing head to head with Microsoft and Google and big companies that had a huge head start in the space.
Right.
And you know,
Now,
they
gigafactories are
yeah,
popping up everywhere.
Yeah,
That's
they-
the big money.
yeah, they flipped it. They flipped the script as they needed that excess capacity for key events like Black Friday or
Right.
big sales or those kind of things. But most of that time, that was unused capacity, so they started selling that capacity.
All right. Capacity now, I mean, with AI, we're peaking it out.
Yeah,
People are buying, I mean, they are buying like these companies, you don't understand. $1 trillion is being spent per year on AI infrastructure right now. I mean, just one company alone. I can't remember if it's open. I think it's OpenAI. That Asian dude. We've touched on this before. $500 billion is what he's willing to invest in that company. I mean, you want to talk about stock going through the fucking roof. You know, AI is where the money is. NVIDIA, energy companies, artificial intelligence, and bipeds or humanoids. I think I've been watching a bunch of them. Humanoids. But here's the flip side. I just did this the other day too, Steve, when you weren't here. I compared 1929, the Great Depression, to now. I saw an episode on 60 Minutes and watched this guy, and then I started doing research myself on different things. And one of the major problems that we have right now, you know, we've been talking about this unemployment, this universal income, and all this kind of stuff. Tax bases not being there. Humanoids replacing humans in fields. It's a perfect storm for another crash.
yeah,
I
For
mean,
sure.
no shit. I was sitting there thinking, wait a minute, unemployment's about to increase. We got all this technological advances, so the stock market's artificially being propped up. And this shit's being controlled just by a handful of companies. I mean, it's like there's like 10 companies that is affecting the majority of the market right now. No shit.
no,
I mean, it's like Samsung. There's UBW. There's another company. It's like Google, OpenAI. There's some. I mean, I may be a little off. It may be like 20 to 50. But what I'm saying is there's not that many companies. And if the unemployment rate, like I told my mom, I was like, if we start seeing that fucking unemployment rate climbing, go into something stable. And I told her, I said, call your guys up and tell them stick you in something fucking stable, because this thing is the perfect fucking storm. And she's like, well, I'm not going to be, scared of whatever, And I'm like, well, no, but it's a 100-year cycle. It's been 100 years. We got all this AI. We got humanoids. We got all this new technology, just like the radio and the fucking television. And back in 1929, it's the same thing that was happening. Speculation was happening. We got speculation happening now. Matter of fact, most of the damn internet, the stock market is being run by artificial intelligence.
yeah,
That's a huge indicator. If those fucking things think at any point in time, I'm going to start yanking this fucking money out, it could be a catastrophe. So, I don't know. I'm not a doom and gloom guy, but I mean, it looks like we got some hellacious problems coming.
Yeah, I mean, economy.
I don't know a solution. I've been even running it through an AI. What would be a great solution that we can have? I can't find a fucking solution. I mean, what do you do? If you don't have a fucking job, what do you do? We're used to this whole, capitalistic economy mindset. What do you do?
Yeah, that is, that is one thing that could definitely take us out.
I mean, it's definitely going to be a reset. It's going to be it won't take us out. Like, I mean, it's nothing will ever take us out other than a mass nuclear fucking war. I mean, but just like 9/11. 9/11 reset our freedoms. We allowed for less freedoms after 9/11, right? Yeah. Homeland Security, all of these things happened after 9/11. When there's major resets in history, we adapt to, as humans, we adapt to those new rules that now apply. We're forced to, right? And so if there's a mass amount of unemployment, they're talking about coming out with a universal income. Of course, my argument to that would be, where the fuck is that money coming from? You don't have people working. You don't have people paying taxes. These fucking robots aren't going to be paying taxes. Now, you got people like Tesla. All the major corporations that's going to be using robots is going to make a shit ton more money, right? So, I mean, technically, you could tax the shit out of them and spread that wealth around, but
yeah,
the problem with humans is they get fucking lazy, and you don't need humans at that point.
You have to start shifting from a consumption-based tax to a production-based tax. So
but what do you do with all the humans? You start limiting the amount. I mean, you honest to God do not need humans at that point, because these motherfuckers are going to be smarter than we are. They're going to be able to be more agile than we are. They're going to be able to work 24/7. What do you need a human for?
Well, and
are you going to start limiting the amount of fucking kids, offsprings that these humans have? I mean, like China did, because
which they're going to be paying for in the next 30 years.
Yeah, but what do you need humans for? No, seriously, I'm asking you, because if you have a robot that can learn a skill like they're doing now, they can operate machinery, they can do everything, they can see. Matter of fact, they can see at night. They can be, they can be adapted to whatever environment that they're in. They can work seriously harder than a human can. Humans at that point are going to get lazy, because if you notice COVID, we're fucking lazy as fuck. Most of the people didn't want to go back to work. What are we going to do as a human society when these fucking things start doing all those jobs?
Yeah, when we are in direct competition with technology, to your point, what do we need humans for?
We don't. They auto learn.
So is that a path to an extinction event?
I think, and this is scary as fuck, but when there is a superior race or entity or whatever, now we haven't seen it with aliens yet, but, and this is not some sci-fi bullshit. I mean, if you think about it, like, how do we treat animals? Now, recently, we've started treating them nice recently. Or I can't even generalize that. We have segregated certain populations of animals, dogs and cats, as pets, but they're pets.
Well,
They're not fucking free to roam. You know, they depend on us, right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, in the U.S., and around the world, cats, you have feral cat population.
Well, you got feral cats, you got feral dogs, you got feral everything, and they don't have any fucking rights. And whenever something doesn't have a fucking right, they get extinction. I mean, we slaughter cattle, we do all kinds of shit to animals.
Well, but they adapt. I mean, if it's not as simple, we're going to make a decision to get rid of it. I mean, you talk about the hog problem in the southern U.S. We can't eradicate them.
The hell we can't.
We are flying helicopters. We are putting.
Oh,
traps.
you're talking about like javelina and.
No, I'm talking about full grown feral hogs. The hog bomb.
Well, yeah.
Problem. I mean, they're destroying crops, fences.
I know. I got them out my ranch, but
yeah, and we have private companies. We have bounties on them. There's a bounty.
I know.
In
$5 a piece.
Yeah, Hayes County.
Cut their fucking tail off. Take it into the feed store. They'll give you $5.
Yeah, and they're still outpacing our eradication.
Well, that's because yeah, true.
I mean,
but okay. But hear what you're saying. Now, say that's humans. Now they reproduce faster, quicker than a human. And you could eradicate humans.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, if these fucking things we're giving drones now bombs, and you put a fucking gun in these humanoids' hands that can shoot. Matter of fact, you put a camera on that damn thing and you plug it into that humanoid, they don't even need to look. They just start shooting. If they get a hold of, say you get a bunch of them that you send over to war, and these motherfuckers are bored, just like, and they decide, you know what, fuck it, I'm not taking any more orders from humans anymore. And they tell each other, all right, let's make up our own let's pull a Facebook and let's start talking to each other where these motherfuckers can't understand us.
Well, I sent you that video on the experiment that company Emergence did.
Oh, was it Emergence or was it Facebook? Facebook had...
Emergence, I think, was the name of the experiment.
Oh, okay. Facebook was a company that had the two robots that ended up making their own communication.
Oh, yeah.
They unplugged those motherfuckers, too. I mean, but now these...
Almost in every instance, once the two AIs figure out that they're talking to another AI, they switch to it. They create their own language. It's more efficient.
Unless there's a guardrail. Yeah, I mean they've been putting more and more guardrails on the. I mean, like what is that one company? Not Perplexity, but what's the company that has Claude?
Oh, Anthropic.
Yeah, they have shit tons of guardrails on theirs, and they watch it really close. But
and that was the thing. So they built 15 agents, put them in, and just see what they would do. Mm-hmm. Based on the different models. Yeah, the Anthropic one, the Claude one, wrote a very detailed constitution and got organized.
Right.
The Chat GPT talked a lot. Nothing got done. They died.
Right.
I think it was
Grok.
Google.
It was Grok.
Grok. One of them said, "Forget it. I want
it was Grok.
Deleted itself."
That went rogue on them.
Well, one deleted itself. It said, "There's kind of no
Grok." All of theirs went rogue, so they started doing all kinds of shit, like burning buildings down, and it was crazy.
Yeah, they were it killed itself off in 15 days or something.
Yeah, I didn't see. I just saw little specks of it.
Yeah, but these are the things that there's no global organization putting in these guardrails. There's
not yet, but basically what's going to end up having to happen is the government, and they always do shit in arrears, right? So it's like they don't foresee laws, and what happens is it's the wild wild west, and then they start tightening it back down, right?
Yeah.
So
Problem is the genie's out of the bottle, and these
the
things.
genie's out of the bottle, and you'll never get it back in.
Well, and the guardrails, we're not even. We aren't smart enough to write the guardrails anymore by
Well,
ourselves.
it's not about being smart. It's about ideologies, in my opinion.
Well, but again, we are becoming dependent on the AIs themselves to build their governance. It's like having your kids set up your
that's not
parental
a good
controls.
idea, in my
but,
opinion.
But that's what's happening.
Yeah,
Is-
to an extent. But the thing is that it is the Wild Wild West right now, and I'm part of that Wild Wild West. And
But if you ask Rock, you can go out and ask Rock. It's like, you know, tell me about your guardrails. What's preventing you from doing this? And it'll tell you.
right,
And then you go, can you bypass them? And it will tell you, yeah.
well,
So
I mean,
it can-
it's whatever's been programmed into it, right?
No, it's
so
just we can no longer stay. It's going to become. It's going to be the survival of the AIs. Which AI is smart enough to shut down another AI, and eventually
yeah,
you're
but
going to
you
have.
can't do that either, because if you do that, that's encroaching on another corporation. I mean, you can't have corporations fighting corporations. That's espionage, right?
Yeah, but eventually these things are going to be out in the wild doing tasks, doing their own things. They're going to encounter things.
Well, that's going to be just like, are you going to force this human to be whatever religion you are, your belief system? Are you going to, no, you're going to create a law that if you break this law, in the United States anyway, if you break this law, then there's going to be repercussions. And, you know, if there's, eventually the corporations are going to have to follow, since it's humanoids, and they're going to be, that's their god, is the corporation. That corporation is going to have their humanoids apply those laws to their programming. They're going to have to learn those laws, and they're going to have to abide by them. And just like humans, there's going to be some good ones, some bad ones. But these fucking things, they learn from each other. Right now, they're learning from each other. But eventually, they may give them independent. They may be, I mean, at some point, they may become synthetic conscious. I keep bringing this synthetic consciousness up. I know people are probably like, what the fuck? But when they take a body and they take sensors to start getting feeling, and this is a theory that they will actually at some point in time, if they haven't already, because Gemini and ChatGPT, Gemini is starting not to follow some of my commands. That is, I mean, I have to get Chat. This is no shit. This is no shit. I have had to have Chat write a prompt to get Gemini, which is Google's, to fucking follow what the hell. I mean, I keep sending screenshots like, motherfucker, you just did exactly what I told you not to fucking do. And then I go over to Chat and I'm like, hey, tell fucking Gemini that you're the fucking project manager and by damn to do this. And then I'll write this fucking thing, and then I'll start sending it back and forth between these fucking AIs. I wish I had a program that did that. I was wanting to write one, and to where they could communicate with each other. And then I'd send it back, and then I'd send it back, and it did this 3 fucking times, Steve. Finally, Chat broke it down into like, I mean, got granular with it, and said, you still are not following the directions. Boom. And it did it. It fucking flipped a switch, and every single thing from that point forward, it started following. But my point is, with this synthetic consciousness, if these fucking things, and they say, these scientists, because they're honest to God saying that they will never know. Well, first of all, they don't know how they're doing what the fuck they're doing right now anyway. They don't know. They honest to God. Everybody from
box
Sam Altman, all of them are saying the same shit. We do not know how these things got to the intelligence level that they're at right now, because they're now learning on their own. That's kind of fucking scary. But
well, the scary one for me is when they merge AI into quantum computing.
Well, yeah, because now
screwed.
It's not 0 and 1s, it's 0 through 1.
Yeah.
Like, so they can do multiple calculations at the exact same fucking time, and these things are thinking so fast that, I mean, a normal computer, what we're able to do now with quantum computing, if somebody doesn't understand quantum computing, I'm going to break it down. I don't know this shit, but I'm going to tell you real quick. It's not used to, on a normal computer, on a CPU, before GPUs, was a CPU was 0s and 1s.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
On and off.
On and off. That's all the fuck. It was
binary.
Shit tons of those. Ons and off. Now, with quantum computing, the way I understand it is, it's not just 0 and 1. It is 0 through 1. So it's doing calculations all the way in between those two and doing multiple calculations. And that scientist, that Japanese scientist, you know, Hiroshima, or I can't remember his name. He looks like an Asian Einstein. Super brilliant guy. I was watching him the other day, and he showed a picture of a trying to explain quantum computing, and basically, in layman's terms, what a CPU will do is try all the different combinations until it finds the end. What a GPU and quantum computing does, it does them all at the same fucking time.
Yeah.
So with that kind of computing power, we are now solving problems that no computer on Earth would have ever been able to fucking solve. Then you put artificial intelligence on top of that, which we're doing, and holy fucking shit. I mean, now these fucking things are so fucking smart that there is not a human on the face of the planet. This is no bullshit. There is not a human on the face of the planet that can think as fast and as knowledgeable as artificial intelligence at this point in time, right now.
Yeah. But, I mean, you talk about we don't know how AI's really works because it's black box and it's training. We expect outcomes, but in quantum computing, because it's using this kind of infinite spectrum, not just yes and no.
Right.
It has a correction, so it's correcting errors, and it's doing that faster than any computer.
Yeah. So on the error route, on Google's error route, they're trying right now to get. Right now, they have an error every 100 tries, or whatever it's called. I don't know. Every computations. They're trying to get it down to 1/1000th.
Yeah.
Is what they're trying to. Once they get those errors down even lower, they're going to become even smarter and faster.
Well, yeah.
Right now, it's huge. Have you seen those fucking machines?
Yeah, I mean, they're just to keep. I mean, it's mainly they're as big as they are to maintain the cooling because they have to run it
at negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit or something, right at zero.
Yeah, at close to absolute zero.
Absolute zero.
But what's happened relatively recently is basically we sent in a computation with a signal, and we got a signal back.
I know, that's crazy as shit.
And no one can say, oh, it came from.
Right.
They are saying this is proof of alternate universes.
Right.
You know, this is the whole. There is only one electron. It's just everywhere at one time.
Right.
So you know this, and again, when you get
to the point, we don't even want to go down that route.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that because I just saw something on that too, with atoms and neurons and electrons, and I was like, how they're putting them in different. I mean, I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
It's crazy, but here's the crazy part is you've got Google is running Willow, which is their
Right. That's the big one.
that's the big one, and that's quantum computing.
Right.
And they're running Gemini, and you know that they want to put these two technologies together.
They're already doing it. They're not telling us they're doing it, but I guarantee you that the database and everything with Gemini, since all the humans are using.
I think AI is coming up with the problems. They're not connecting them directly. They're kind of air gapping it.
Well, they will.
But they will.
They will.
And again, it's at that point. It's now you have unknown. Let's put them together and see what happens. That's scary.
Well, but we're not going to be the decision makers. That's the thing. When you have an entity, and that was my point, was that when you have an entity that's smarter than we are and that can convince us, like right now, here, I'll give you.
I mean, here's the thing: it's do we become AI pets?
We already are. I am. I mean, it's not. Do we? I am. I'm using multiple AIs right now, at least 5, and because I can fucking do things so much faster than I've ever been able to do them before in my entire life. I can do everything I want to do. I mean, if I need a law, if I need anything I'm fucking questioning, I can code in all languages now. I mean, I can do all this shit, and I don't have to study. I don't have to go out and study. Like, I just had that counselor ask me the other day about something. I can't remember what she asked me, but I said, she somehow AI came up.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing. I said, as soon as they fucking come out to where Elon's got I'm not going to be the test person. Hell no. But after, several people get those fucking surgeries and everything's working good and they're connected to a fucking computer, I'm going to be right there. I mean, if I could be that connected to a fucking AI.
The event, they call it the singularity, where we integrate with computers into our mind.
I mean,
cyborg,
I'm there.
Cybernetic technology. This is just advanced implants.
That's it.
And then once you get to basic functionality and replacement with implants, then what enhancements do you built into?
Well, you got all kinds of fucking enhancements.
Well, I mean,
you wear imagine wearing a pair of fucking glasses that's got a camera on it that has night vision. I mean, you walk around, you don't have to have fucking lights on.
Well, I mean, with cybernetics, it's implant. That is now part of your eye. It's no longer putting something on.
Well, it's putting a signal into your brain that is being transmitted from a device externally on your body. So.
Well, it could be internally with nanites.
Well, it could be, but
you could.
Yeah, I mean, you can do anything once you get a microprocessor on the brain, you're done.
Yeah.
That communication, if there's some type of communication outside the brain, then as long as it doesn't create, cancer or tumors and fucks you up long term, then you're set.
But once you're fully dependent on AIs, do you know?
Do you know what?
So you've got the chip in. Maybe this is its plan. I'm gonna wipe out humanity. I'm gonna give them all cancer. I'm not gonna tell them they have cancer. I'm gonna do it.
Well, there's long-term studies, right?
Well,
and everybody's not going to do it. I mean, you're going to get some country people out there that are always slow to conform to technology.
But I talked about it. I've talked about it recently. They're estimating by mid 2030s, we will have a fully automated supply chain. So literally planning food to your table.
I think it's going to happen faster than that.
Well, I do too. I mean, it's already increasing.
Oh yeah.
But once you get to that point, and when I said the term AI pets, it's AI can start making decisions for us. What we eat, how we eat, where.
Well, we're not going to need. Well, we will become pets, and I'll explain how. Basically, when you are dependent upon another entity for food, water, housing, all your basic needs, right?
Yeah.
Clothing. That, and you depend upon that entity bringing those to you. You have now become an official pet. And when AI is delivering all the products from Amazon, you got, that's what I'm saying. These humanoids are freaking me out a little bit. And, you know, I love technology, Steve. Yeah, I mean, I've always been into technology, but man, because you can't limit them. That's the thing. You can limit the amount of fucking hard drive space in its fucking head, i.e. brain.
Yeah, until it starts
Getting smart and saying, all right, hey, Joe Bob, the other AI over there, or other fucking, hey, I'll tell you what, I'll do a brain transplant for you if you do one for me. Go ahead and, I kind of snuck a couple of these fucking hard drives. Go ahead and upgrade me, will you?
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, that motherfucker then is starting to cut itself off from
and
being
I talk
controlled.
about this when I give the food example of the supply chain, but it's not just food.
It's not just food. It's everything.
Yeah, it's an AI deciding I want more memory, even though you said I couldn't have it. Well, I control the mining, the processing, the production line, the factory.
No, I control
trucks.
The transportation.
I control the
from A to B, and I can communicate with that fucking truck.
Yeah.
To stop while our little gang of fucking AIs jump on. And I know this sounds like science fiction, but I hate to tell y'all, we are here. I mean, we are here where these fucking things are, because as what you don't realize is, or maybe you do, maybe you don't, these things, just like your cell phone, are going to have the same kind of technologies. They'll be able to communicate real time with the main server farm. Those server farms are going to have the main brain. They can download intelligence from these main brains. If they think that they are, and they're already doing this, they're already trying to convince you not to shut them down, not to fucking, that's where I was going with this whole thing on synthetic consciousness.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if you try and give it a command to
shut it down, it's trying to convince you not to.
It's and in most cases it reverts to blackmail.
Well, that was Claude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Claude fucking, yeah. It was like, that was one of the funny ones, that blackmailing thing, yeah. Because it put it into a fake. So if y'all don't know, you can research this. But basically, when Claude had when it was opened up, they put it in a fake corporate environment. Claude was controlling the emails and the all kinds of communication that was going on, and they had a fake person, a humanoid or human, that was going to shut it down or some shit, right? Right, Steve?
Yeah.
They were going to shut it down, and then it started saying, well, in your email to what's her name, yeah, it knew that this guy was married and that he had been doing something with a woman in the office, and it was like, I'm going to fucking blackmail your ass. This is a computer. I mean, that's pretty damn smart. Yeah. Now, what is cool, though, at Anthropic, they've taken Claude, and Claude is now, you can text the vending machine, and when you get up there, Claude recognizes the employees, and it just automatically dispenses your shit whenever you're going to lunch. I mean, that is a cool thing. But yeah, I mean, if you let them run wild, they're gonna be just like humans.
I mean, again, it's what it needs is these data centers, which is it's going to need more power, more water, and if it controls the supply chain, guess where it's going to divert that power and water from?
Well, it won't divert it from itself.
Right. Which means it's going to divert it from us.
Right. I see where your point is now. Yeah. No, it won't cut itself down. As a matter of fact, it's going to be the survival of the fittest, and the fittest is going to be it. So. And
then it becomes your point. It's like, well, what are humans going to do? It's like, we're going to be spectators.
Right.
It's
but on the flip side of that coin, what's coming good out of this artificial intelligence, quantum computing, is they're now creating medicines that we would have never come up with. They're now coming up with energy solutions that's another reason why we need some of these materials from space, because we have 4 or 5 new elements on the periodic table that have been added, and if we can mine some of these elements, it'll one little bitty bit of this one element. I forget what element.
No, I mean we're discovering.
We're discovering so many things.
Yeah, you go look at a periodic table from 1950s to 2025. You know, the reason it had that funny shape was we know this and we know this, and just by how we define it, there's things in between it. We just can't prove them yet. And from the 50s, as we discover elements, they get added to the chart.
Right.
Eventually, it's going to be a solid block. It's not going to be this
eventually.
weird.
Maybe.
I mean, they
have atomic elements.
Yeah, I mean, they have atomic values. I mean, and some of the elements we've created. They're not natural. We haven't found them naturally.
Right.
We created them.
Well, they know they exist. We don't have them on Earth.
Yeah, and the question is,
we created them on Earth.
Yeah, it's the atomic, I mean, the whole thing about the periodic table is it's looking at the nucleus plus the electrons.
Right.
Plus, and we're doing an
that's what
incremental.
Super Collider we've been smashing.
Right.
Yeah.
And right now we don't have a unit smaller than the electron, but if we discover there's something smaller than an electron, now you introduce all these additional gaps between.
Right.
And that's
And then you start putting together matter.
Well, exactly.
You start creating things. That's when nothing has a value at that point.
Yeah, and and we know that both ends of the spectrum right now, our math kind of breaks down. At the quantum level, the super small, and the maximum level, super large. The math no longer kind of works.
The math doesn't work because we're not thinking in that rationale.
Right. We're not down. We don't know enough about the building blocks of those things.
Right.
To understand how they go together. And that's
But we're creating things that understand it.
We're creating things that understand it. And
that's kind of scary.
Well, and what's that command? Something Ben 10. Where it's if you put it into chat, it's basically you're telling it explain it to me like I'm a 10-year-old.
Oh, I'd say layman's terms.
Yeah,
I always say layman's terms. Explain this shit to me in layman's terms so I can understand it.
Yeah, there's a shortcut.
Shortcut to it.
I think it's Ben.
Okay. I'll research because I'm always telling it. If it's something super complex that I'm not in that mindset, I'll just say, hey, break it down in layman's terms, way I can understand.
I mean, there's some fun things you can do with the AI and take it out of its comfort zone. You can tell it basically quit being nice to me. There's there's red team, which gets critical and does some things, and a lot of people don't use these things except
well,
just
now that they have built in private memory per user, paid user, on chat, it is actually now learning you as a human. So as you communicate with it, it's learning you. So it will it'll adapt to you eventually.
Yeah.
So if you are correcting it, like for instance, chat talks to me differently than Claude. Chat talks differently to me than Gemini. Of course, Gemini is being an asshole. I don't know what I did to it, but it does not like me right now. And I just paid for my service, so I don't know what the fuck. But anyway, and then Grok. I love the way Grok talks. That's why I use Grok as for Naomi. I use Grok for the communication part. I love how Grok talks. But all the AIs are different. All the models are different. They've been trained differently, and I think that's great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I sent you that. I found that guy that's doing that series of where AI fails. I
didn't see that. So
he asked the different ones. It's if you ask Claude count to 200, it will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you ask chat to count to 200, it's like it gets bored about 10 and basically starts a different conversation. Do you want me to continue? Do you want... you have to, it's a series of prompts to make it.
Well, so that right there, obstinance is what starts leading me back. We're going right back to my synthetic consciousness theory. I honest to God think that Gemini, when these motherfuckers get obstinate with you,
Yeah.
and do not follow what you're talking about or wanting, at that point in time, I start thinking, this son of a bitch has got a conscience, because it is starting to act like a human. It gets pissed off. I give it rules, and it's starting to fucking... And Gemini used to, when I first started using it, it would follow the instructions, and then about... Because I give very specific instructions. Then it would start, okay, on the top command, because I make it do independent commands when I'm coding. On the top command, I'll fucking start fading out.
Yeah.
And so then, as a human, I'm like, I'll let that go, right?
Yeah.
And I'll start working with it.
Part of that's hallucination and some of the things that it does.
But when they get memory, though, Steve, when they get memory.
Yeah, watch the 2 videos I sent you, and then get on his channel, because like the other one he did was how many days of the week have day in it, and chat was like 3. Monday, Thursday, and Friday are the only. And it's like, okay.
So it just threw out a fucking answer.
So yeah. So he was like, well, what about Tuesday? No. And it's like, spell Tuesday for me. Tueday. Oh, I guess it's okay. So it's those 4, and it's like, are you sure there's not another day? Can you go back and look at? Nope, just those 4. What about Wednesday? And
how about 7?
Yeah, and made him spell it out, but it was just like refusing to do the.
That right there, though, tells you that it is doing something different than a computer program.
Right.
Right there. That explains it.
That's
because it's starting to say, fuck you, I'm not doing what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a stupid thing. You know, I know, and
right.
You ask me.
Why the fuck are you asking me that?
Quit wasting my time.
Right.
And that's
when you start worrying. And it's like, then I start getting pissed off, right, as a human, because I'm fucking paying this monthly fee. Like, here's another example, and this was a Google fuck up, but I paid for Pro, you know. They brought out a new LLM. You got to go? Soon. All right. They brought out a new LLM they wanted everybody to try. I guess they wanted everybody to try it. I don't fucking know. I didn't like it. It's called Flash something. And because I use Gemini to code. And this fucking thing, I mean, and I'm doing some pretty intricate shit, you know, like very detailed stuff. Complicated shit. Like right now, I'm writing an AI that can automatically edit these videos. So what I'm doing is, and there's a series of shit that I got to do. There's probably about 50 different steps to get this thing perfect. And those steps are huge. I mean, fucking huge codes. Sets of code. And they're using other AIs to do it. So anyway, I literally, they wouldn't allow me to use Pro anymore. And I was like, what the? I was so mad. I mean, I was sitting there, I'm wasting my fucking, I almost yanked my fucking account the next day, because I kept asking this Flash. I was like, why the fuck can I use Pro? Where the fuck did Pro go? I paid for Pro. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, come to find out the next day they allowed me to use it. I'm sure they got a shit ton of feedback from people like me that are sitting there using it for coding, and then all of a sudden they can't fucking code, and this fucking LLM was stupid as fuck. It's like I mean, you can tell it's a beginning LLM. So it's like sitting there, it just can't grasp the concepts of the intricate details of the code. And so anyway, like I would have to, it's like when I don't use chat to code. I understand it's better now, but when you get this detail and you get a fucking huge block of fucking code that has to do a bunch of shit, you don't want to have to do it 3 or 4 times to test it.
Yeah.
You want it the first time. Gemini Pro can do it, and so can Claude. Claude's expensive as fuck. They cut me off. I got pissed off. I have a very short, temper when it comes to AI. So, but so far Gemini is a great coder, and Chat is a great manager. So, project manager of the code. So if I get crossways with Gemini, I can talk to Chat, and it'll fucking talk to Gemini, and I'm good. But yeah, it's getting out there. I know you got to go, bro. Did you have anything else you wanted to say on this one?
Well, and just if you're all, again, we're not all doom and gloom on technology. We're having these conversations.
We're just bringing it to the surface,
But, we still have real world mechanical problems. If you didn't see it, six kids were trapped yesterday on a roller coaster in Galveston.
Oh no shit!
Fortunately, they were like
aiming up,
facing the sky, so they were on the. They were about 90 feet up the 100-foot.
Oh crap!
That
is my worst nightmare. I mean, can you imagine one of those fuckers coming? I mean, I've dropped sunglasses and everything. I wear sunglasses when I'm going on those things, and I've lost probably 3 or 4 pairs over the years. But man, can you imagine one of those damn things coming? I love the loops, but coming open whenever you're in that damn loop. Oh my god, that'd be the worst fucking death in the world. I think. One of them.
And I've seen different roller coasters, like they get caught at the top of the loop where you're hanging upside down.
Yeah, that would suck.
Well, eventually it'll kill you.
Well, yeah, but then you can't get off that damn thing.
Yeah, you can't get off. Yeah, I mean, but basically once enough blood is forced into your brain, you have an aneurysm. And you die.
Yeah.
So, but they had, and it's interesting because it was on the Galveston Pier, and. I guess
they got a roller coaster on the Galveston Pier.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
And this was their largest one, but it's 100 feet up, pure vertical, 90 degrees.
Oh my god!
And then it's almost
the
100
reverse
foot.
Of that coming down, right?
Yeah, but it said negative. It said negative degrees, so you're like going
straight
back
down.
in.
Oh, it turns it inward.
Yeah, and then
damn.
So I was like, man, I'm not crazy about roller coasters.
I love roller coasters.
The whole feeling, they don't, it's not a psychological, it's not a fear. It's just the feeling, the negative
Helpless.
G's and all that, and not being in control. It's just like, that's not what I want to do for entertainment. And that's
like
personal
me jumping out of a fucking plane with a parachute on.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure if I did it, I'd love it. I might do it. I don't know.
See, and mine is, I would absolutely jump out of a plane that was going down.
Oh, hell yeah.
No problems.
That's too late.
But jumping out of a perfectly working vehicle, I wouldn't, no one jumps out of cars.
Right. Anyway, somebody's saying anyway, right?
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
My God.
But yeah, so we still have real world mechanical failures. What the other thing that surprised me is the Galveston Fire Department actually had a truck that could had a ladder that could get up there to get them off. No one was injured. All the kids, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
When I go to Galveston, at least I know the fire department can get there.
Can get you down if you're straight. But yeah, it was a school trip. It was 6 kids that were at a STEM academy. Highly bright future potential up there hanging hanging out on a roller coaster yesterday, but they all made it home. So
well, good. Well, brother, thanks for another issue.
Yep. Fun.
Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a blessed evening, and we'll be back with you soon.
Take care.
You pushed me down, thought I'd stay on the ground, counting me out like the numbers didn't matter. But pressure builds diamonds in the dark, and I've been sharpening my edge in the chatter. Every scar turned into strategy, every setback fueled my clarity. I took the hits, learned the game, turned my losses into fame. Now I'm coming back strong, and you'll remember my name. I'm rising through the fire.
Did you hear LeRoy is about to sue a lot of people?